Good evening, guys. Today we will study a very important topic, and that's called as remainder theorem. Remainder theorem. So, what is remainder theorem? So, let's suppose if I divide 17 by 5. So, what will the remainder? So, remainder you can say remainder is plus 2. 5 3s are 15, so remainder is plus 2. On the same way, we can also say that if I write 5 4s are 20, then I can say the remainder is also minus 3. So both are correct. You can say that a remainder is plus 2 as well as minus 3, but normally we do not write minus 3. Therefore, if you are choosing this minus as a remainder, then what you will have to do, you will have to simply subtract 5 minus 3, and your answer should always be in a positive remainder side. But we can use a positive and negative both remainder. Both are correct, so there is no issues at all. So just to give clear your concept, we'll take few very basic example. For example, if I write 37 by 9. So if I write 37 by 9, the remainder is plus 1, because 9 fours are 36, so remainder is plus 1. And even if you can pick up any higher number like 9 fives are 45, then you can say that remainder is minus 8. So again, if you are choosing minus 8, then you have to subtract this from 9. So 9 minus 8 is nothing but it is 1. So a very beautiful thing to note down here is that 1, your positive remainder, and your negative remainder. If you add both these two terms, you will get this number 9. So let's suppose if you're writing only a positive remainder, no need to solve the negative remainder. Negative remainder is simply 9 minus 1, it is 8, but you have to put a minus sign to get the minus negative remainder, minus 8. Okay, take one more example. Let's take 73 by 11. Now if you take 73 by 11, the positive remainder is, think of a number which is closer to 73, it's 66. So the positive remainder is plus 7. So if a positive remainder is plus 7, so no need to solve for negative remainder. It is minus 4. And if you want to check, you put 11 sevens is 77. You put 77, then its negative remainder is minus 4. Right? This is how you basically calculate the remainder. So this is a very, very important topic as far as the CAT exam, e-litmus exam is concerned, even for placements also. So the very basic question is, suppose if somebody gives like, what is the remainder if you try to solve this? 65 into 78 divided by 9. Okay, let's suppose if this is given, then you have to find out what is remainder. So think of a number which is closer to this 65, it is 63. You can choose 63. Plus, if you want, you can choose 9 8s are 72 also, but just for the calculation purpose, I am choosing the number which is closer to that 65, which is 63. So the remainder is plus 2. Any problem till this? Right. Now, similarly, when you are using 78, so 9 8s are 72, right? And 9 9s are, you can say, it is 81. So try to pick initially the smaller remainder. So I'm picking minus 3. Minus 3 is your negative remainder. So when you multiply 9, 2 with minus 3, it is nothing but it is just minus 6. But I told you initially also that we cannot take negative as a remainder. So we have to subtract it from 9, excluding the sign. So 9 minus 6 is 3. So when you divide the product of 65 into 78 with 9, the answer is 3. Any doubt? Okay. Let me solve this by taking same example but with different remainders. If I write suppose 65 into 78 divided by 9. Now this time I'm picking the negative remainder. So 9 8s are 72. So remainder is -7, right? Also in this case, if I write 9 9s are 81 and I'm picking again the negative remainder, which is -3, right? So now when you multiply -7 into -3, number which is coming is 21, right? But since it's 21, the remainder which is coming, this remainder can never be greater than this 9. So we have to further divide it by 9. When you further divide it by 9, then 9 twos are 18 and remainder is plus 3. So again you are getting the same answer. So the one very basic concept is you can choose a positive remainder or negative remainder, both are correct, but just for the answer's sake you will always have to take the positive remainder, so subtract that from the number which you're dividing by, right? Okay, so let me give you one question. Let's suppose if I write 192 multiplied by 37 multiplied by 1953 multiplied by 1956, and then you are dividing it by 90. So tell me the remainder. Okay, so this is plus 2, remainder is plus 2. In 19 twos are 38, so remainder is -1. Now take this number, 19 into 100 is 1900, right? And then 53, if I give 50 to 19 threes are 57. 57, 19 threes are, so if I multiply 19 by 103, it is 1957. So remainder is -4. Better you take last two digit because 1900 is clearly divisible by 19. So 19 threes are 57. So remainder is -4. Similarly, this 19 into 100, if I do it's 1900. So take this 56 only. 19 threes are 57. So remainder is -1. So now multiply. 4 twos are 8. So 4 twos are 8, -8. Then this is -8, right? So remainder is -8. But I told you we do not consider negative remainder. So the answer is 19 minus 8 is 11. So remainder will be 11. Any issues? I think the question is gonna be easier once you understand the concept of a remainder. Okay. One very basic question again. I'm giving a simple question initially. Let's suppose if I write 1 factorial plus 2 factorial till if I give you 1000 factorial and divided by 10. So now think for a minute and tell me the answer. Okay, there is one very important concept here. If I ask you that how will you find the unit digit? So you will reply, sir, if I divide a number by 10, definitely I will get a unit digit. Okay, fine. Very correct. If I ask you, how will you find the last two digit of number? So what you will have to do, you will have to divide the number by 100 and then you will get the last two digit. Similarly, if I ask you last three, last four, so you keep on dividing it with the multiples of 10, like 10, 100, 1000, and so on. So question can be asked other way around also, that find the unit digit. So remember one thing, you have to divide it by 10 and then find the remainder. What is the remainder, right? So if you take this question, so now tell me what is the answer. See, so 1 factorial remainder is definitely 10 zeros are 0 plus 1. 2 factorial, it is 2, remainder is plus 2. Now 3 factorial is nothing but 3 factorial is 6. So right, 10 ones are 10, then it's a negative remainder, it is -4. And 4 factorial is 4 to the 12, 2s are 24. So 10 2s are 20, so remainder is +4 in case of 4 factorial. Now when you take 5 factorial, 5 factorial is what? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, so it is 120. So remainder will be 0. So any number after 5 factorial will get a remainder 0 because it has the combination of 5 and 2 in it, which is divisible by 10. So rest after 4 factorial, it is 0. So when you add this, so this cancel out. So your remainder is plus 3. I hope it's clear, right? Okay. Now, if I write 36 by 14, so you will tell me that the remainder is plus 8 in this. Very correct. No doubt about that. Right. Now, let's suppose I do a simplification. I cancel out these by 2. If I write 2 sevens are 14 and 2 18s are 36. So it is 18 by 7 now. Now, if it is 18 by 7, so what is the remainder? Remainder in this case is plus 4. Right. So you are getting the different remainders, right? So remember one thing, when you're simplifying something, so when the answer, so let's suppose if you're getting in this plus 4, but you have simplified this expression by 2, you have written actually 2 sevens are 14, 2 18s are 36, and then when you're further simplifying it, what you are getting plus 4. So what you have to do right now is you have to multiply this plus 4 with the number which you have initially simplified with, which is nothing but 2. So the answer is plus 8, right? Okay, give me one more number. Let's suppose if I write 42 divided by 8, right? So if I'm doing simplification, normally if I want to ask you the remainder is 8 5 are 40 plus 2 is remainder, right? But let's suppose if you simplify this, so if I simplify by, let's suppose 2 fours are 8 and 2 21s are 42. So it is 21 by 4, right? 21 by 4. Now if it's 21 by 4, your remainder is what? Plus 1. But since we have simplified this with 2 initially in this case, so you have to multiply your remainder with the number which you have simplified with. So your answer is plus 2. I hope you're getting what I'm telling you right now, right? Any issues till this? Fine. Now, let me give you a very important question. It is asked in CAT 2015. Now you have to find the last 2 digit of 1, 3, 9, 7, 8. Okay, let me write it this way. It is 13978 multiplied by 398 multiplied by 53 multiplied by 76 multiplied by 27. You guys have to tell me the last 2 digit of this. How will you solve? So earlier I told you, you have to find out the last 2 digit you divided by 100, and whatever the remainder you are getting, that is nothing but its last 2 digit of the number, right? So I will find the last 2 digit. Think. Don't get confused that I'm telling that if you divide a number by 10, whatever you get is the unit digit. For example, let's suppose if you write number 82, and you know that what is the last digit of this 82? It is 2. So when you divide this 82 by 10, the remainder which you are getting, what is the remainder you are getting? Remainder which you are getting is 10 8s are 80, and remainder you are getting is 2, which is nothing but your unit digit. Similarly, let's suppose if the number is there 837, and if I ask you find the last 2 digits, so what you will have to do, you will have to divide it by 100. So once you divide it by 100, the remainder which is left is 37, which is nothing but last two digit, right? Similarly, you solve this. You have to find the last two digits. So what do you have to do? You have to divide the number by 100. That's clear. So let's solve this. Okay, so first and foremost thing that is clear that you have to divide the number by 100. So let me divide the number by 100 and do a little bit of simplification just to make my calculation a bit easier. So I will dividing it by 4, 25, right? And then this cancel out to be 4 ones are 4, 4, 19. Yes, 19, 36. Okay, now my calculation seems to be easy since I have number 25 here with me. Okay, 25, 13978. So it's better you take the last two digit. So 25, 78. The number is 78. So when I divide 78 with 25, I will get closer to a number which is 75. 25 3 is it's 75. So I'm getting a 75, reaching nearby 75. So I can say the remainder is going to be plus 3 in this. Similarly, 398. So it is clear 25 into 8. If I do, it is 250. 25 2s are 400. 25 12, right? 25 12 is what? 25 into 12. फटाफट बोलो यार. So see, it's 98. 98. Simply pick last two digit 98 and it's 25. So definitely the remainder gonna be minus 2. 25 4s are 100. So it's minus 2. Similarly, 3 is 53. The 25 2s are 50. So it's gonna be plus 3. So this is plus 3. 19 25 ones are, so it's minus 6. And this is your plus 2. Right? So now see, it's 3. 3 multiplied by minus 2 is what? Minus 6. Minus 6 multiplied 3. 3 is what? Minus 6 multiplied 3 is minus 18. Right? Minus 18 into plus 6. It's 108. So I think it's 108. Again check 3. 3 minus 2 minus 6. Minus 6 multiplied by 3 is minus 18. Minus 18 multiplied by 6. Minus 6. 6 8s are 48. 408. And 108 multiplied by 2. It is 216. Right? So since 216 is a bigger number, so again you have to divide it by 25. So when you divide it by 25, so the last two digit is 16. So remainder which you will get is how much? It's 25. 25 into 8. If I do 25 into 8 is 200, right? 25 into 8 is 200. So remainder I'm getting is 16. 60. But tell me, can this be the answer? No, this won't be the answer. Why this won't be the answer? Because we have initially simplified it with 425s are. So we have to multiply it 16 by 4. So the last two digit will be 16. Right? Fine. Any doubt? Okay. Moving to the next question. Let's suppose if I write 2 to the power 76. Again, now the important questions are starting. 2 to the power 76 divided by 96. Now tell me what is the remainder. How you gonna approach these types of questions? So what you will do? Okay, 2 to the power 76. Okay, 2 to the power 76. I'm writing. Now if I factorize 96, so 96 is nothing but it is 32 multiplied by 3. 96, 32 into 3. And 32, I can write it as 2 to the power 5 multiplied by 3, right? Now it is 2 to the power 76 and 2 to the power 5. So I'm simplifying it with 2 to the power 5. So it is 2 to the power 71 divided by 3. I hope अभी तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है एंड 32 को सेव कर लो एक बार साइड में उठा के बिकॉज तुमने इसे सिंप्लीफाई किया है तो फाइनल आउटपुट जो होगा यू हैव टू मल्टीप्लाई इट विद 32. Now 2 to the power 71. So now you can see that your remainder is minus 1 to the power 71. So what is minus 1 to the power 71? It is nothing but it is minus 1 only. But since you cannot take a negative remainder, so you have to subtract from 3. So it will be 3 minus 1, that is 2. But is it your final answer? No, this cannot be your final answer because you have simplified it with 32. So this it means you have to multiply again by 32. So the answer is 60. I'm again repeating. I know some of you might find it a little difficult initially. So it is 2 to the power 76 divided by 96. So 2 to the power 76. 96 is nothing but is 32 into 3, which can be written as 2 to the power 5 multiplied by 3, right? So this is 2 to the power 71, which means you have simplified it with 32 divided by 3. Now when you take the remainder, this is minus 1 to the power 71. 3 ones are 3, so remainder is minus 1. Minus 1 to the power 7 is a negative number, the power is odd, so the answer is minus 1. But we cannot take negative remainder, right? So we have to subtract it from 3. So 3 minus 1 is 2. But since 2, you are getting 2 by simplifying it with 32. So you have to multiply to get the final remainder. You have to multiply it by 32. और ये मैं तुम्हें पहले से कंसेप्ट क्लियर कर दे रहा हूँ कि जिस नंबर से तुम सिंप्लीफाई करते हो तुम्हें उसको लास्ट में उससे मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ता है. So the answer is 64. Okay, let me give you one more question. Now let's suppose if I write 15 to the power 40 multiplied by 100. How will you solve this? So I'm giving you just 1 minute, think and then solve. Now you're going to approach a thing same way. 100. How can you write 100? 100 is nothing but 5 square into 4. And what is 15 to the power 40? 15 to the power 40 is nothing but 5 to the power 40 multiplied by 3 to the power 40. Right? So I can write 15 to the power 40 as 5 to the power 40 multiplied by 3 to the power 40. I hope this is clear with you guys. Because 15 is 5 into 3 to the power 40. So this is nothing but 5 to the power 40 multiplied by 3 to the power 40. Similarly, 100 you can solve as 5 square into 4. 25 into 4, that is 5 square into 4. I hope it's clear till now. That is 5 square by 4. Now you can simplify this. Means you're dividing it by 25. So keep this number aside so that you remember this. So this is now, you can write it as 5 to the power 38 multiplied by 3 to the power 40 and then you are dividing it by 4. Okay, right. So now when you solve, the remainder here is plus 1 to the power 38, which is obviously plus 1. Then here the remainder is minus 1. So minus 1 power even, so it will be positive. Plus 1 power anything is positive, so this will be 1. But since you have simplified it with 25, so you have to multiply it with 25 to get your actual remainder, which is 25. That's the final answer. I hope things are getting into you. This is 25, right? Okay. Now let me tell you one theorem which is called as Fermat's theorem. Fermat. F E R M A T E S, Fermat's theorem. Oh, seriously, it's very difficult, guys, to write it down. So what is Fermat's theorem? Fermat's theorem is a to the power p minus 1 upon p. So if there is any expression which is in the form of a to the power p minus 1 upon p, where your p is a prime number, p is your prime number, and a and p both are co-prime. Co-prime means what? They do not have any factors common in between. A and p both are co-prime. If you find thing like this, then remember one thing. If any expression in the form of a to the power p minus 1 upon p, where p is a prime number and a and p both are co-prime, then your remainder will always be 1. For example, 2 to the power 72 divided by 73, right? So this is p minus 1, and 2 and 73 both are co-prime. So no need to solve anything, should know that the answer is 1. Similarly, if it is written 2 to the power 100, but you have to find this out at one go, because you have seconds to answer the question in aptitude. So if you know Fermat's theorem, you should know that if any expression in the form of 2 to the power p minus 1, where p is your prime, this 101 is prime, and a and p both are co-prime, 2 and 101 are both are co-prime, so don't need to solve anything. Answer is 1. Right? So remember this important theorem. It's called as Fermat's theorem. Okay. Let me give you one question. Now, if I write 2 to the power 106 upon 53, tell me the answer. ये रात के 12 बज रहे हैं यार, पता नहीं तुम्हें नींद आ रही होगी शायद, सो भी चुके होंगे, कहाँ पढ़ा जाता है. ओके, जल्दी करो यार. Okay, so 2 to the power 106. Think. Can you write this in terms of Fermat's theorem? Because 53, it's a prime. So let me convert. Can I write 2106 as 2 to the power 52 multiplied by again 2 to the power 52? So it is 2 to the power 101, 104, and what is left is nothing but it is left with 2 square, which is 4, divided by 53, right? So this will give what? 1 plus 1. This will give what? Remainder. Again, this is Fermat's theorem. This will give also plus 1. And when you divide 4 by 53, the remainder is plus 4. That's your answer. So 4 is the answer, right? To the power 106 upon 53. So whenever you get a prime number in your denominator, think that if you can apply a Fermat's theorem in it or not. So it is 2 to the power 52 multiplied by 2 to the power 52, which is 2 to the power 104, and you are left with 2 square, right? So which is 2 to the power 106 divided by 53. So this is Fermat's theorem, where this is a prime number, this is p minus 1, and this 2 and 53 both are co-prime. So this will give you 1, this will give you 1, and this is remainder is plus 4. So answer is 4. Any doubt about that? No? Okay. Now next question. If I write 2 to the power 48 upon 7. Same question, but this time tell me how will you solve. Not same, the concept is gonna be same little bit. Can you apply Fermat's theorem in this? 7 is prime, right? Agree. 2 is 7 and 2 and 7 both are good. But this 48, is it in p minus 1 form? No. So it means you cannot apply Fermat's theorem, right? So in order to solve such kind of question, there's one more theorem which is called as Wilson theorem. Wilson theorem says that p minus 1 factorial upon p, the remainder is nothing but remainder is p minus 1. So if you find an expression p minus 1 factorial upon p, then remainder is p minus 1. For example, if I give you 4 factorial upon 5, so this is p, and this p is a prime number. Remember one thing, this is a prime number. So it is in the form of p minus 1 upon p factorial, not factorial, simply p minus 1 factorial upon p minus 1 factorial upon p, where p is your prime number. So the answer is p minus 1, where this is your p, 5 minus 1 is 4, right? And if I give you 28 factorial upon 29, 28 factorial upon 29. Now 29 is a prime number and this is p minus 1 factorial. So no need to solve, the answer is 28. Got it? Okay. Now my question was, if given to the power 48 upon 7, how will you solve this? How will you solve this? Okay, 2 to the power 48. Na? Can I write 2 to the power 48 as 2 to the power 6? Till 7 times or 8 times? I can write it 8 times, right? 2 to the power 6 upon 7. So this is p, this is p minus 1, and 2 and 7 both are co-prime, right? So this will give you what? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So answer is 1. I hope you are getting what I'm telling you right now, guys, right? 2 to the power 48, you can write it as 2 to the power 6 multiplied by 2 to the power 6 till the 6th term, 2 to the power 6, till 8th term, sorry, 8 into 6 is 48. So write 2 to the power 6 8 times divided by 7. So this will give you remainder 1. Apply Fermat's theorem. Similarly, this also remainder 1, 1, 1, 1. So every 8 term to the power 6, 6, 6, 6 will give you remainder 1. So answer is 1. You can approach this in another way also. 2 to the power 40 divided by 7, you can write it as 2 to the power 3 into 16 divide by 7, right? And 2 to the power 3 is nothing but 8. 8 divided by 7, power 16. And 8 and 7 remainder is plus 1. So plus 1 to the power 16. So what you get is plus 1. Right, guys? Done? Fine. Okay. Now solve this. 2 to the power 82 divided by 9. Solve it faster. How are you gonna solve this? Always try to break this in some form which gives you some kind of easy calculation. For example, if there's an 8 somewhere here, so remainder you can easily get is minus 1, right? And then you can solve it easy. So let's suppose if I write 2 here and 81, right? And if I write 2 to the power 81, I think this is clear so far, right? Now I want a 8 here. So how 8 will come here? Now in order to get an 8 here, I need a 2 cube here, right? And then, so you can write the same expression as 2 multiplied by 2 cube 27 and then divided by 9. I hope this is clear, right? So this will give you plus 2 as a remainder. And this is 8. This is minus 1 to the power odd, which gives you minus 1 as a remainder. So it is nothing but it is minus 2. But since you cannot take negative remainder, so it's 9 minus 2 is plus 7 is the answer. Right? Okay. One last question for the day. If I write 37 to the power 100 divided by 7, how you gonna approach this? Think and tell me the answer. Hmm. But after solve 7 5s are 35, we'll say the remainder is plus 2 की power 100. So I'm giving this as a homework. I'm going to upload this video on YouTube. Tell me what is your answer and I'm gonna solve this comment. Okay. Good night, guys. Take care. Be safe. Be in your houses. Wash your hand daily, 10 times a day. Okay. Bye. Take care.